Do we want Miku? We don't want Miku right now. Okay. I am feeling a little overwhelmed. I think Chrono Odyssey, new MMO beta date just dropped. Just don't suck. Okay, let's take a look at Unity dashboard. Unity dashboard. So I think that must be the current player, because I deleted all the other ones. Wait, no, that must have been left over from a previous one. Okay, this player doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, that's what I thought though. Okay, I did. Armor 001002. Yeah. Yeah. So if I run my gear drop system, all right, and get it to drop some gear. Our freaking Visual Studio updated, and I don't like the font. I don't like this font. I don't like this font. It's too heavy. Where do I change the font? Fonts and colors. Yeah, I know that's way too heavy. Way too heavy. We've got a mono light. That's better. That's the one I like. That's the one I like. Okay, mono light. That's better. That's so much better. Okay, what was the actual error? I was supposed to be looking at the error, not the font. Wait, is that still too heavy? Just a minute. Maybe I like extra light. This has to be right. Extra light, is that the one I like? Oh, there you go, that's better. There you go, that's right. It was still too heavy. Okay, what's the actual error? Right, we're gonna be fine. Hola Tommy on YouTube. New armor name equals body name plus type.name. What is the null reference exception though? Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Gear drop line 77. New armor dot name equals body name plus type plus name. What? I don't know what it means by null reference exception though. What is the null reference? So we have our armor sets. That was for a test set. If we don't do a test set, what does the script say? We're just dropping like an arbitrary number or something. On enable. We drop 21 pieces of gear or 20 pieces of gear or something like that is what we're doing. So this is like test code for 20 pieces of armor. Okay, what the fuck is happening? Null reference exception, line 78. Give me a fucking clue. What part of that is the null reference? It's saying it's coming from gear drop line 26. Test drops dot add drop armor test set. Because test sets. Oh, that's the set, not the. I thought that was to test the. Okay, I see. Yes. Okay, I understand now. Okay, so let's say we want to break a shield set. This should drop the breaker shield. Yeah. Okay, so basically this would be like what domain was the player farming, right? We still got an error, and now it's dropped like breaker speed pieces, right? Okay, yes, I'm back on track. No reference exception, another no reference exception. Oh, it's what a great start to the day. Now what? No reference exception not set to an instance of an object. Player data line 124. Save armor. Taking armor A. Set val string join. We want to get set index A dot armor set integer A armor slot A rarity. I don't understand. What part is null referencing? Player data save armor air. What is the fucking problem? Set values string.join with a comma as the CSV, as the separated delineator. System get set index. Where are we? Player data? Does player data know where system is? Is the first question. Where is player data? Isn't it on? Oh, fuck me, I don't even know. I can't, oh my god, I literally can't get into my own hierarchy right now. Player data, is it because it is disabled? Because I turned it off? It could be because it's disabled and it's turned off. Is that why? Why is it turned off? I don't know, probably because player data was giving me errors. Player data is giving me errors. The cloud save service is not being initialized. Please initialize Unity services. Yeah. So maybe it's because we can't gear drop until we're signed in. Right, there's something wrong with my computer. My mouse isn't moving properly. Let me try resetting the mouse. Sometimes resetting the mouse fixes it, otherwise I need to reset my computer. Okay, we'll try it now. Maybe it's because we're trying to gear drop before we're signed in. Okay, let's try signing in. Yeah, no, that's coming from player data, which is probably why player data was disabled. That's coming from cloud save service. So what is the issue? The cloud save service is not being initialized. Please initialize Unity services. Right, there's something in player data that it doesn't like. It's because we're not signed into Unity yet. What are we doing on enable? Initialize player. What does initialize player do? Await init next. Okay, A key next A. This is pulling the next armor. Right, so this will load the next armor value so we know what the next armor piece index needs to be. Yeah. But that's going to pull data from player data. So we can't pull data. Okay, so what we've yeah, we've got a race condition basically. Okay, so what we need to do is, I think, look at our authenticator script. And then once we're signed in and authenticated, then we need to activate player data. We don't need that because player data, I think player data is linked through system controller. I'm guessing we have access to system controller here. We're on the same game object, I think. Yeah, we do get component and parent. Okay, so okay, so now what we do is we, oh, it's not, will that work though? Because it's not, if it's not hard linked and it's disabled, will it be able to get it through system controller, do we think? We signed in and we never landed here, I don't think. No, the game object's already enabled. I'm such an idiot. Yeah. That's what I should have said. Okay. Yeah, the game object is already enabled because the game object is the one with the system controller on it and auth on it, which both of which are running. Okay, we should see player data initialized now after successful sign-in. We are still not. Okay, what is pdata referencing specifically? Pdata is referencing in system controller. It is the player data type. Yes. No, I was right the first time. No, 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 I was right the first time. It is no, it's not. It's yeah. I was right the first time. It's a different game object. It's a different game object. I think this isn't running. Okay, so right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get all of the systems online in the correct order so that we can test a successful gear drop, make sure a gear is being saved to player data, which I'm pretty sure it is because the last one I was just in had successfully done it. It's just that at the moment I have these like individual systems, so it's like I have a system. So where we're at, right, is I have a system which drops gear successfully and saves it to P data, player data. I have a system controller at the top of everything, which like kind of handles things like boot and login and all this stuff, right? Boot, login, Unity gaming services, all this other stuff, right? I have well, okay, like system. Okay, this is like that's actually incorrect. System controller just handles like local things. The other thing that is at play here is my auth system. So it's actually my auth system which handles login and etc. Right. So basically, like this happens and then this happens, and I'm trying to get this to work, but this won't work unless it's at, like the earliest it can be is 3, right? So it has to come after 1 and 2 essentially. And actually that's not true. After, yeah, we've got another one in here actually. The other one is player data, because that's like my save system, right? So like player data, there's a player data services. So I have player data service. So the actual way it needs to work is I hate this thing. How do I fucking hate this thing? It pretends that that's not there because it's impossible to get rid of without fucking spending an entire day, because Microsoft interfaces suck. And then this one would be 4, right? Why is that green? It's supposed to be green. I clicked green. I hate this thing, right? But you see it, right? So it has to be 1, 2, then 3, then 4. And at the moment, it's like, yeah, I'm struggling a little bit to get this to activate that, and then we can start to use this. And it's still not doing it. But I didn't get the, and that's what I thought would happen. I didn't get to that line of code, so now I need to find out why. So this is when we click confirm. Right, the reason why is there are multiple pathways in the authentication system that can lead you to a successful login. There is signing up as a new player, there is auto signing in as an existing player, there is manually signing in as an existing player. So there are 3 different code paths that can lead us to a successful login. So the way we streamline this, we unify this, right? We unify this. Is we need a output to send successful login users, right? So I'm just going to call it on login, right? So this can be our successful endpoint for where all logins occur. And this is where we want this code here to run. And so clearly this is not it. This is when you click a button, right? This is the code that is on click confirm. This is after you've created a password. So this is new users. So after a new user is successfully signed in, we want to run on login. Right, there will be 2 other entry points to send to on login. That one's settings clicked. We haven't set that up yet. Continue. Okay, so let's go through the code. That's start, hover events, hover enter, hover exit. Yeah, this can be this stuff can now be sent across to my universal button class that I made yesterday, but I don't want to do that right now. But I could. But I'm not going to. So that is confirm. So normally we just automatically log in. That's the thing, right? Well, there must be like a normal await cloud services. So what it normally is, it used to say log in anonymously, but it's not just anonymous. What it will do, there it is, sign in anonymous async. So this is where Unity will auto sign you in. On await initialize async. So this is basically it, right? Now I'm guessing, but I don't seem to have like a try catch. So then we could use on login there, right? So this is auto sign in. But I'm guessing, what if this process fails? Where do we catch it? Let me get some advice off Jupiter on this. Alright, let's get Jupiter up. Okay, so I recommend just putting it in a standard try catch. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And what I would probably also want to do, it's probably very rare that this kind of thing would happen, especially in a web game, because if you think about it, you're already on the internet. The game is already loading via the internet in a web page, but little hiccups can happen, right? So it's always best to have fallbacks, right? Right, so this show player message, good lord, string message. Okay, I do have a txt. Is it txt status dot text equals message? Yes, that's nice. Okay, so now we can test it. So that's much better. Good morning, Canthea. That's much better because now we have code that handles unsuccessful sign-in attempt during the first automated login. And actually, the weird thing about Unity, so you might think, okay, so that only applies to existing users, right? It actually doesn't. And the reason why is because Unity, so it's kind of awkward, right? When I get a player to create a new account, I run something called cloud code. And cloud code is what it sounds like, right? It's code that sits on the server and runs on the server. It's perfect for things like gacha games. And what I use cloud code for is to bypass Unity's awful identification system. And what cloud code does, what my cloud code does for a new player, is it goes into game data, so we can look at it in here now, game data, and there's a next player ID. A next player ID just stores a simple number in it, and that's telling me that the next UID, like in a Hoyo game, is going to be 000023, right? So it's just going to add one each time a new player joins. In order to run that code, you have to be signed into Unity. You cannot run that code without being signed into Unity. So what my game has to do is it has to attempt an anonymous login so that we can run that code to then get the next ID number from my server to then create a proper account for them with their actual UID. So this fallback is even more sort of important to have in my game because I can't add a new player to the game unless that part of the equation was successful. So now we've got a fallback. Now we should fall into player data. Player data should automatically enable itself. Yes, let's go. Player data is now enabled. No errors. Good sign, good sign. So player data service is now enabled. So we now have access to my little player data system, which allows me to save data. If we test our gear drop system now, and this is my system that's going to drop gear, I can tell it what set I want, and somewhere in the code there I've told it to drop 20 pieces. Normally it wouldn't drop that many, but we're testing. And now when I drop 20 pieces of gear, boom, there's the 20 pieces of gear, and it should automatically have saved that to the player data for that player. I don't think it has. Something went wrong. No, it didn't. There it is. And there's all the gear that dropped. So it's from set 19. It's rarity. Is that rarity? What's the second value? Let's have a look. Gear drop, gear drop, gear drop. So we go through the player data system to save gear. So let's just close that for now. Close that for now. Close that for now. Close that for now. Oh my god, we've got so many things open. Here we are, player data, player data, player data. Right, this is next. There you go. So we can see that the first value is the set index. The second one is the armor slot. Okay, yes, that's right, the armor slot. So 0, 1, 2, and 3 is head, body, arms, and legs. And then the next value after that is the rarity. So these are 3 stars. They'll all be 3 stars because I'm player level 1. I'm a brand new player, right? So they'll all be 3-star drops. And then the rest of the numbers are the individual stats for that particular piece of gear. So if I click on, so you can see it here in my inventory. So if you click on one of these pieces that dropped, they will have individual stats on them now. So my legs rolled 27 HP, 14. But if I go to another legs, they'll have slightly different numbers. They got 23, 27, 36. And there I've set up a system that for each set piece, for each rarity, these link to a range of random numbers that can drop. So if we look at 3-star attack gear, we can see the minimum attack that will roll is 27. The maximum attack that will roll is 40. The minimum defense 32. The maximum defense, sorry, the minimum is 0 and the maximum is 32. That probably should be higher than 0 actually. I suppose on attack gear, maybe not. So this is where all the random numbers are stored. So if I want to tune gear, I can do it in here. And then we get random numbers within that range for every single piece of gear. so that the player can now decide, oh, these legs are quite good. So it's similar to Hoyo's system, right? The only difference is I haven't artificially fucked with individual stat rolls. So like you've got just as much chance of getting the highest stat as the lowest stat on every single stat. It doesn't matter whether it's a heal, a HP, or a attack crit rate, or whatever. So cool, that's all working. So play data has the data. Our game has... What I need to make sure though is, does logging in now automatically recreate that inventory? Because it should. Yes, but I didn't... Okay, I haven't named the objects, but there they are. There's all my gear that got pulled off the server. So it's working perfectly. So it's remembered all the stats of all the gear that dropped. My inventory now has everything that I got on my last playthrough. And so all my gear's there. So now we could do an inventory system. So there's a few places we could go now. We could do an inventory system that shows gear. That might be the best thing to do, I think, is to do like the gear, individual gear pieces for like an inventory or a bag or something like that, so that we can start to look at the inventory that we have. And then we need to do all this for weapons as well. What should those gear pieces have said? If I do another gear drop, let's do a HP. Let's do a healer. Let's do a healer HP set. And we'll drop some more. There we go. Body healer HP. Yeah, I guess we haven't. See, the issue is, right. So this is something that bugs me a little bit. Let's just get this. Right, this bugs me a little bit because when data is loaded, how the fuck do I draw on here? There we go. Right. When data is loaded from the server, it appears as an unnamed object, right? Which all this is still there, but it's not very helpful. And sometimes it's good to be able to like search like one. This is essentially going to feed the inventory system. Yeah. Hang on, let me mute this. Okay. Right, sorry about that. So basically, this here is what happens when the gear drops from the gear drop system. So if we check our gear drop system, this naming convention here is, let me just grab that, is much more useful than this, right? And that is probably my gear drop system. I've told it to do that. So if I go to my gear drop script, so basically we're looking for game object.name. So if we just do a quick search on current document for .name, so there it is, body name head plus space plus type.name, and the type is healer vertical bar HP. So we could change this if we wanted to, but at the very least it would be nice to have this data reappear like this, right? So you might be thinking, oh well, so the obvious answer is to, and we could do that, we could store the name. There are two ways of doing this. We could store the name on the cloud, the object name, but I prefer to do things dynamically if we don't need to, because all the information in here, so the armor set is stored by set ID. So if we go back to the cloud, that was the first number here, right? This is set ID. So we could do a lookup table which looks up the set IDs and then finds out what set it belongs to. And actually, really, these things don't show sets anywhere. Yeah, the reason, okay, I remember why I did this now. The reason I separated it by body part is because if you think about what is the what is the most likely, like, first way that we're going to want to organize gear pieces, and my instinct tells me that I'm going to want something that looks like this. And you've got your character's head, there's your little character looking all happy, and you've got 4 here, and then what we do is we put headgear in a head slot, maybe arms, I don't know exactly how it's going to work, because we've got head, arms, legs. I guess this would be legs, and body there. That's kind of weird. Why is the body to the right of the arms? But you get what I'm saying, right? We're going to have these slots relate to body parts, so by making it really obvious what body part each piece of armor belongs to, that makes this filtering process when it's time to say, okay, I want to wear something in the head slot, please. Well, we only want to in that case we only want to list all the head ones. No point showing arm pieces when the player's trying to equip a head piece, right? Yeah, so that we can't find that out from there anywhere. This is where that is. So that on our player data, if we go back to our player data, was this one here. Yeah, so 0 is head. Okay, so we can go back to our load system. So that's our player data system. Where's our player data system? Player data, there it is. Right, this is our player data system, and that's the save armor. There should be a load armor, I think. Load player data, right, and this is loading everything in player data, and this is armor. Right, so this is armor. Right, so we create a new object, excuse me. as we're doing that, right, our game object is new armor. So what we want at the end is something like new armor.name equals, and we want, if we bring this up, we can see what the structure needs to look like. So we want the structure to be body part and then type so now we have to translate that into what it's supposed to be. So we can infer body oh my god, where the fuck is that? Armor slot. Right, so the armor slot is body part. And that's an enum. So will armor slot we can get armor slot.toString. I'm actually not sure what that will look like. Let's find out what that looks like, because I'm not used to working with enums that much, to be completely honest. So let's try that and see what that gives us. And let's run it, and then when it pulls the armor from player data, there we go. Okay, yes, that is working. The only difference is, I think it's, the other one was capitals, wasn't it? Yeah. So that worked. We were identifying, yeah, legs, arms. Okay, that's good. But I guess we want to capitalize it. It's better if it's consistent, right? So we can do .to uppercase. Okay, so let's try that. And that should give us the first part. Yep, legs, arms. Okay, so that's the first part. And then we want type. So type is, let me see it again. Right, type is literally armor set.toString, I think it would be. Armor set.toString. And now we can replace type. So we still want a space in there with get type. Okay. So let's just try that. And hopefully that should have recreated the same structure we had before. Okay. Yeah, it's added some garbage at the end. So it's letting us know that it's of the armor set type. Now we don't care about that. So we're going to say replace space. We can actually just paste it straight out of Unity. It's this bit at the end that we want to get rid of. So we can literally just paste that in. There we go, replace that with nothing. Alright, now if we run it again. I think we did it. I think that's about right, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's right. So now when we drop, whether we've just obtained the armor from a gear run or whether it's been loaded from a previous playthrough 3 years ago or whenever, right? It should appear the same, so we can rely on this naming scheme now. So that's good practice there, right? We want consistency where we can get it. So now if we want to do some kind of filter, a quicker filter search would just be to use the name rather than going to this class here and query each and every individual field. So that'll be quite nice, I think. All right, so the next stage, I think, is to work on an inventory display for the player. I think that's where we go next. So we can now visually, I suppose, not digitally, visually display this properly. Right, so we've got our wiki where we can see all of our armor. So I'm creating an empty object. You probably can't see, my camera's probably in the way. I can't scroll it either. But yeah, I created an inventory object. Okay, so the next step is we need to think about how does inventory want to be separated, right? Well, we know that... So if you look at Genshin Impact, right? I think Genshin Impact separates... I think we have one for weapons. I think we have one for artifacts. I think we have like one for food, well, consumables, I guess. We have quest items. We have like special, which is like pets and resin, fragile resin and all this shit. That also has those, what do they call them? Gadgets and stuff in there. And then there might be some more after that, I'm not sure. But the bulk of it, right, they have one for weapons, one for artifacts, one for consumables, quest specific related items, and books and all that shit. And then special. So, okay, what is our game has? Weapons. So our game has weapons. Our game's has armor rather than artifacts. We've got weapons and armor as two definite categories. Genshin doesn't use the inventory system to display characters, does it? Characters is a separate system completely, I think. I think it is. I'm not sure where do they put like adventure XP and stuff? Do they stick that in consumables? I have no idea. And also I'm not sure yet what I'm doing with regards to that. So, okay, one thing I do know, so it's important to know how your game's going to work as well, right? So you can build the systems that serve the structure of the game. What I do know is that character level will not take mats. So character level is automatically leveled from player level in my game. So the way my game's going to work, if you're level 42 and you pull a brand new character, that brand new character is essentially level 42 because you're level 42. So we don't feed characters books. We don't have to gain XP manually. We like both characters and player are like the same, one and the same. So as your player is leveling up, as your account is leveling up, all your characters are leveling with it. So that's helpful because I don't need a place to put like artifact leveling materials because there will be no such thing. However, armor's going to work differently. I think armor should be leveled manually and individually. So I am going to need some armor XP material, let's say. Now if we look at Madoka, so most games will use a system like this, right? And you'll get an XP book small, which might give 2000 XP, let's say, and a medium might give 5000 XP, and then large might give 10,000 XP. And then so obviously you pour these into the armor until you get it to the max level. So we could go that way. Madoka did something a little bit different, which I thought was interesting. So what Madoka did is they have the portraits, which is basically weapons. And the portraits had two power systems. So they had essentially like refinement, which was copies, which went all the way up to 5-star, and this was automatic. This is automatic, right? So, and also you don't farm them. The interesting thing about Madoka, which I thought was quite refreshing actually, Madoka just gave you these portraits either in events or by just completing the story, and it was just like, hey, you cleared chapter 3, here's a new portrait. I thought that was interesting. My game's gonna have you farm gear manually though, because I like the fact that, you know, at the end of the day it's a gacha game. You don't know what skills you're gonna want. I thought it was interesting the way Madoka did it, but I don't think I want to use that system. I also don't want to be too grindy, so I'm probably going to use this system, but I'm going to make it kind of generous, right? But yeah, I think Madoka's portraits had refinement, and they had levels, and leveling used these. It kind of used these books, didn't it? But it only used like a couple of them. Was it the portraits that takes the 3 books? I think they are. There was the books in Madoka. What else was there in Madoka? See what? Because what Madoka? I think the reason Madoka. Because Madoka had mats for like magic level, right? Which is like its own separate system that adds, that works more, which uses gems, right? Gems plus extra shit. So I may want to incorporate shit like that at some point. I may want to incorporate like, I don't know, skill level or whatever. Yeah, so I think I'm going to use this kind of system. I think I'm going to go for like a small, medium, and a large. I'm not sure what I'm going to name it or theme it or style it yet. I don't know. Because I want to make it relative to the theme, right? So the game is like battling online, toxic online discourse. So I could even use something stupid, right? Like I could do like likes, right? I don't know that I will, but I'm just like kind of spitballing here. So we could have like likes, follows, and subscribes as an example, and have that the name of the map leveling system. But I feel like that might be confusing. I don't know why I said 5,500. That's supposed to be 5,000. But I do kind of like that a little bit, because it's like, you're farming likes, follows, and subscribes, right? Which is funny, by doing these dungeon battles, and then your character gets, more stronger or whatever by feeding them these likes, follows, and subscribes. And it definitely fits thematically. Yeah, that's a potential way of doing it. I think I'm actually that's actually kind of growing on me. Actually, the more I think about it, it might be tricky to visually represent these. I don't know what they should be. Like I think likes, it would make sense as like a thumbs up. Okay, I might actually quit. I'm curious what ChatGPT would have to offer. Although if I think about it, shit, I just realized, right? This is for armor, isn't it? You're giving your armor likes, follows, and subscribes. That would have made more sense for characters. So maybe I could use that to increase their skills if I do a manual skill leveling system, which would be a bit like Madoka's magic level, and then feed them likes, follows, and subscribes. Okay, I was just curious what Jibbity will say about that. What could I sue? What could I use for the others without encouraging too much on existing platforms? That's a brilliant and very thematic concept. Turning online engagement into character progression in an RPG is both clever and satirical. For visuals, the key is to suggest familiar ideas without directly copying platform-specific icons. Here are symbolic, metaphorical, or stylized representations for each XP type that avoid direct platform associations. So visual, thumbs up on a silver platter, as you mentioned, perfect. Alt names if you ever want variety, appreciations, nods, pings. Follows, visuals, ideas, a stylized footprint trail. Oh, that's quite cool, yeah. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that could work. Or a chain of silhouettes like people linking hands in a chain. Yes, that's also not too bad of an idea. Yeah, I don't think follows are platform specific. Like, these are just terms, right? You can follow somebody on many social media platforms. It's not like it's specific to one individual one. Yeah, golden bell's not a bad idea. Okay, I like those. I think I'm just gonna make a note of some of those. So yeah, I like the footprint. So likes could be thumbs up. Follows could be a footprint. And subscribes as a bell icon. Yeah, that kind of, I think that kind of works. But I think you don't want to feed your armor. I don't think it makes sense to feed your armor likes, follows, and subscribes, right? Because it's a fucking armor. But I guess I'm probably going to want like a manual skill level or something like that. So this would be like the equivalent of that would be like the equivalent of well, skill level. I think it's called skill level in Genshin, isn't it? Where you go and get your crowns and stuff at the very end. In Madoka also has skill level in the form of, I get mixed up in Madoka. I can't remember whether the books are for portraits or whether they're for skill levels, but they have books for one. And what's the other one? Some kind of, I genuinely can't remember. They definitely have books for one thing and then something else for something else, but I just can't think of what they are off the top of my head right now. Yeah, so I mean, if we're doing skill leveling, then in both Madoka and Genshin, and I think it makes more sense, rather than use an XP based system, instead what they have is they have like, so skill level 1 to 2 will use 4 small, and then they just go up like this. So they'll typically do like, you fucking twat. Alright, they'll typically do something like this. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just an example, obviously. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they'll start with like 4 small, and then maybe 8 small, and then maybe 2 small, 1 medium, 4 medium, 2 medium, 1 large. So that would be the subscribe, right? And like at the end it's something ridiculous like 4 large or whatever the fuck, right? So then in this case it would be like, okay, to get from skill level 1 to 2 we want 4 likes, 4 like plates or whatever. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, let's see if Jupiter can suggest anything for the armor system. Alright, let's see what it says. Yes, the footprints and build icons sound perfect. I'm not sure what I should theme my armor leveling materials around. Any suggestions? Glad the footprints and build fit your theme for armor leveling materials. Since your RPG is themed around battling toxic online discourse, you can tap into metaphors about defense mechanisms, digital resilience, psychological fortitude. Yeah, I'm not really vibing with that one. I'm trying to think what's the small, medium, large. So you've got armor fiber. Let's see what it says. Okay. I was thinking more like a tier material system. I think I like armor dial-up, small XP dial-up your strength. That's a fun and clever naming scheme. Love the connection to internet speech. You're learning it with a tech metaphor tier progression, which suits the digital theme perfectly. Here's how you can complete the tiered system. So armor dial-up. Crackly surge of nostalgic bandwidth. Just enough to get you going. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Fiber boost, medium XP, strengthened with ultra threaded fiber. I think that's really cool because like fiber. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea actually. Because obviously fiber is like an internet speed, but it's also like armor. So it kind of sounds like you're strengthening the fibers of your armor. So like it works in like two different ways. That's why I like it. And even with dial-up, because dial-up obviously means slow internet. But you could say you're dialing up the armor as if it also sounds like you're increasing the stats. So it's like, I like the fact that they kind of both have like almost two interpretations. And one is like a funny one and one is like a bit more descriptive of what it's actually doing. See, what I'm basically trying to ask it, I thought it would complete this easily for me. Right, so dial-up would be the slowest, obviously. DSL, cable, fiber is broadband. Yeah, broadband is the general term. I think that's the reason why is there isn't really. I guess there isn't really anything faster than fiber, and fiber's spelt differently as well to how I've spelt it. So I might want to spell it properly. So is there not a faster internet mode than fiber then? I thought there was. So the fastest internet in the world right now is FTTP, which is funny because that's also a file transfer protocol when you FTP into something, pretty much. But it's fiber to the premises. So it's still using fiber, but rather than go through a pole on the street, it goes directly to you. Which I guess makes it a little bit faster still. Or maybe a lot faster still. So the small hole in my... The chink in my armor, you could say, would be I need 3 tiers of leveling names. And yeah, I mean there are ones in between. There's like DSL, which is digital subscriber line, and there's cable, but I don't see how they can fit really into the idea of a level like strengthening armor. DSL armor boost, cable armor boost. I don't think it's not obvious what that's meant to be a reference to. I mean, we could go 5G. Technically, I think 5G is slower than fiber, though. Yeah, 5G is slower than fiber. 5G armor supplement or something. Supplement. Damn it, because I really like this idea. I mean, I suppose I could just have 2 different types of armor leveling. Small and large. I guess that's one way around it. Dial up DSL cable fiber. I thought there was more of them than that. What about ADSL? What is ADSL? Ah! Oh my god, I can't type today. So ADSL would be slower than 5 then, right? So ADSL could stand for armor something. Ooh, okay, I'm getting somewhere with this. So this would be the middle one. This would be high. Now I need to kind of, okay. Armor density strengthening lotion. That's quite good. Okay, that works. Armor density strengthening lotion. Yeah, I quite like that. Armor density length strengthening lotion. Yeah, I like these suggestions as well. Okay, so let's get these. We could get these down. I think these are pretty good. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need a new category in game data, which is kind of like consumables, I guess, or materials. I guess materials would be the better name for it. So we're going to create a materials underneath armor and weapons, and then in materials we can basically create our material class type now. So let's start to get these down. So we know we want likes, follows, and subscribes, and these are for like skill levels. And then we're going to have our 3 armor strengthening tiers, which I'll just put there. And these are dial up, I'll do A for armor and S for skills, S comma, S comma, S comma. So we've got A dial up, which is the small armor leveling, A ADSL, which is the medium, and A fiber. Okay, now each of these wants a like material class on it. So we're going to go into our RPG and make a new material class. I actually created a material and called it material. I am not a material girl, so why the fuck did I do that? Okay, we now have a material class. Are we allowed to have a material class? Or is it a Unity preserved word? I guess it's not. Okay, so we're going to have a public string of name, full name, and we want a public string of description. We will need a public texture 2D of icon. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to have a public int of value, and in most cases it's probably just going to represent the amount of XP that it provides as example. But I don't know, the skills I might do it the way like every other game I've ever seen does it. So you do it in one direction for one system where it has the leveling tiers and such, where you just make each one a certain amount of XP. I think that one would make the most sense for the armor. For the subscribes, I'm probably just going to do 5, 10, 20. And for these, I'm going to do like 1000 XP, 2000 XP. I don't know yet. This is what we can put whatever. Originally I said 2000, 5000, 10,000, 2000, 5000. We'll leave it at that for now, but we can change this however we want. Alright, and I'm going to add, because I don't want to lose these. I don't want to lose you. I think I'll call it armored dial-up. I don't know, I suppose armored dial-up makes more sense. Armored dial-up. I'll give it a capital D. And then ADSL is the name. Of the medium, and then armor fiber boost. I suppose the full name wants to be that because we've got the short name there. So armor density strengthening lotion. And then Jibity made some fun descriptions here, which I think I'll put in. It actually did a tagline though for some reason. Dial up your strength. Yeah, we could add a tagline. I don't know whether I'll end up using them or not. We could add a tagline. Why not? I don't know if I like that tagline. Smooth on that sweet strengthening bandwidth. Oh, because I said it was a lotion. Would that be description? That would be description, I guess. This lotion hardens over even the deepest of chinks. Don't let those chinks interrupt your links. I think that's good. That's actually pretty good. Right, because you know chink in the armor is the thing we're going for here, but also that word can be misinterpreted as a racist word. I want to make sure I'm not spelling it wrong in case like the racist version is spelt one way and the non-racist version is spelt the other, and I accidentally give it the racist spelling, which makes people think that I'm being racist. No, I'm talking about chinks in the armor, but I want to make sure chinks in the armor. Chink in the, I am spelling it right, but it's also can be, it can also, you know, be a derogatory term, right? But if it's spelled the same, then that's fine. It's pretty obvious the context that I mean it in, but the only thing that might have made people question my context is if I was spelling it the racist way and there was a non-racist way to spell it, but there isn't. Right, fair enough. I just make sure I don't make, you know, N-word armor boost, otherwise then people will really start wondering. We don't want that. Right, a fiber, armor fiber boost. What did Jibbity suggest for that one? Boost those protective fibers. Yeah, I spelled fiber wrong though, like it's spelled F-fiber. I prefer that. Don't pay fiber to protect your fiber. Ultra-threaded defense tech spun from quantum wave. Blocks trolls, fireballs, and DDoS attacks alike. That was a bit stupid. I think I prefer something like harvested from the thickest threads of Reddit. Something kind of weird like that. Harvested from the thickest forum threads of the ancients. I think I quite like that. Alright, so we need images for these. Okay, yikes, yikes, yikes. So we now have our materials. We need to make icons for. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's just see what we get. I don't think stability matrix is going to be the way to do this. It wants an update again. Now what we do have, okay, bear with me. Well, first of all, I need like to get a font. What I'm looking for, internet symbol fonts, internet icons. I need to find a font. Right, so let me explain what is happening. So there's this ancient program which used to be owned by Google, and then they sold it to Trimble or something, called SketchUp, not to be confused with Sketchfab. And I have the old binaries for it somewhere, which I'm going to install in a second. And that had a really cool tool. What it was for like mocking up like 3D things like kind of super quickly and then sharing them online. I know about it because my 3D Exchange used to, I don't know if it still does, used to link to it to get like content. Yeah, 3D. Is that the 3D warehouse? Yeah, there it is. SketchUp. So this has a 3D warehouse so you can find stuff. And it might have something on here, but probably not. This is used more for products and things now. So yeah, someone's sort of tried to make like a silly like thing. We could use that, I guess. But what this software has is a really neat feature that lets you create 3D text using a font, and it will actually make the 3D geometry with some depth in it. So if I can find a font that has a thumbs up, I can make a 3D thumbs up to make my icon for these mats. Because what I want to do is make like a stone tablet, like some kind of thing that looks like a physical item, and then stick the logo on it. And I want them to look kind of consistent. So that's why right now I'm looking for, forget Napster. Yeah, so I need something that has, you can't, Specimen test drive. It's hard with symbolic fonts like this because, yeah, it's like it depends what letter represents what symbol, right? If it doesn't have the thumbs up that you're looking for, well then it's no good. End of story. But it's also harder to find them because like who knows what letter might represent that particular symbol, even if it is there. So I guess I'm just going to have to maybe happen to come across it. I didn't think this would be that difficult to find actually, but now so far I'm not seeing one. Vector art. No, I can't use vectors. Yeah, these are... Shut up. God damn it, this is awkward. I just need a font with a fucking thumbs up symbol on it. I didn't think it would be that hard to find one. Honestly. It's a pretty common... Here we go, there's a thumbs up there. Heydings has the thumbs up. Okay, Heydings. That might have everything else on that I want. A free icon web font. Wait, what? Why can't I download it? What is happening? I don't understand. Font family Heydings. Can I not just download it? Heydings icons download page. It's not a download though, is it? Right, it's called Heydings. There must be somewhere else I can download it from. Don't know why this website is being weird about that. Heydings font. This might not be the same font. It is the same font. Excellent. Can we download it, please? Yes. Good. Excellent. We're making progress. Progress is good. Let's get rid of that Heaven Burns red because I'm not going to play it again. Okay. Heydings install. So we have the font. Okay, next step is we need to install from my repository. SketchUp. Read before proceed. Okay. Okay, that took a long time. Right. SketchUp.exe. I'm guessing we need this. Copying over the top of the legit. This version's so fucking old, I don't think anybody would even care at this point. But they've changed it so much as well that like all I want to use it for is the 3D text feature. Okay, we should now be able to run that. meters. Okay. Shut up. So we want to go to the 3D text function, and we can change to webdings or whatever it was called. It wasn't called webdings, was it? Headings. Headings. That must be it. The problem is I don't know what letter it is. So we're gonna have to go through them. Okay, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. None of those. Okay, let's try the lowercase. A, B, C, D, E, F. Where the fuck is it? G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. Where the fuck is it? R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Is it 1, 2, 3? Well, 2 is thumbs down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is thumbs up. Okay, we finally found it. Holy shit, that took a long time just to get that. But this is what we need. This is exactly what we need. How do I move the camera? There. Yes. Excellent. And it's 3D look. We can make it look awesome. We can do all kinds of things with that. Okay, so we're going to save that one. So let's use our special folder. Project resources. iDLE, iDLE. 3D. I also have to save it in a very specific version. I think I can use 2013. So I'm just going to call it thumb. Let's make sure that does work. I think it does. It's the version I have to get right, otherwise it won't work. Project resources. iDLE 3D thumb. There it is. Beautiful. So now we can do shit with that to make it look like a material resource that we can use. I think WordPad was removed. Oh no, WordPad is there. Oh no, do I have to, what, I have to download it through fucking, how to get WordPad back in Windows 11? Well, I could do it in Photoshop, I guess. I just want to see what that font contains so I can see if it has anything else that I want. So let's just make a 1920 by 1080 and get the font in here. Because I need a footprint. I don't think this is going to have it. So for the follow, because there isn't really a follow icon as such. Let's just see what it has. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Wait. What went wrong? I went wrong somewhere. J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Why did it change fonts? Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then all the symbols across the top. Okay, good enough. Right, change all of that to headings. Where the fuck is heading? Why does it? Why do you do this, Adobe? Just give me the fonts alphabetically like a normal person. it will never be normal. Right, it wants to be different. I get it, right? I mean, I'm a little different, but I don't want to be different. I just am different. I don't do it on purpose. Right, well, sometimes I do. So, is there anything here that we want to use? Also, why is everything in italic? I didn't set italic. The fuck? Get off! There you go, that's better. I don't want bold either. Bold off. Right. Do we have a footprint? No. Do we have a bell? Not really. So this font was only good for our thumbs up. It is what it is. I think so. We've got like a telephone, but that doesn't make sense. That literally means telephone. We've got one there that represents a link. If I wanted something like a link. Okay, so we're now looking for a font with a footprint font. Not that type of footprint. Not a fucking cat girl footprint. For the first time in my life, I actually don't want a cat girl. I mean, that does have feet in it, but it's letters with feet in it. I just want the foot. Does odds and sods? Does odds and sods have a footprint in there? Is that why he's showing me this? How can I tell? Type your own text. Oh, here we go. Oh, A! Yes, A! Ooh! Ooh! Alright, calm down, calm down. Take a deep breath. It's fun. It's good. I need to have some kind of reverse panic attack. What would a reverse panic attack be? An attack of calm. Oh my god, I'm having a calm attack. I might fall asleep. I would love to have one of those. That would be so nice. I wish I could have a calm attack. 3D text. What was the name of this font? Anybody? Odds and sods. Odds and sods. There it is. And A was the one we want. Capital A, capital A, capital A. There we go. Woohoo! There's our follow. Alright, we're looking great. Save as. SketchUp 2013. Feet. It's not a fetish thing. No, what anyone says is not a fetish thing. There you go. There's our feet looking great in 3D. So we can take these and then make our material icons with them. Okay, so we've got the feet. We need the bell now. The bell for the subscribe. So is there a bell in here? Well, let's do the thing again. We already got it in Photoshop, right? If we just go and take this, change it to odds and sods. Odds and sods. Have we got a bell in here? Got a light bulb. Got 2 light bulbs. You don't have a bell. Why don't you have a bell? Telephone again. What's people's obsessions with telephones? That's not even the right font, you motherfucker. What? No, that's the old one. Why is that not working? Oi, Photoshop! I swear to God, you and I, we're gonna have a big problem. Look, it won't change that line. What a bitch! Adobe is such a bitch. Has anyone ever told you you're a bitch? Because you are. It literally won't do it. Well, no, I think it did it. No, it didn't though. Look, that's Hastings again. Oh, you motherfucker! Why are you such a little bitch? Maybe I do need WordPad back on my system. Right, you're gonna make me type it all over again. Ugh. D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. Look, it's A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Wait, it's changed it again. What is your problem? What is your problem, Photoshop? I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. You are such a bitch. It just won't do it. What the fuck is happening? That makes no sense at all. What the fuck is wrong with my Photoshop? Why is it such a little shit? You're seeing this, right? You're seeing this with your own eyeballs. What I have to put up with. Odds and sods. It won't fucking do it. What the fuck is your problem? I genuinely don't know what's happening. Where can I type with a font now that we don't have WordPad? There was an article there, how to get WordPad. Oh my God. I don't know why they removed it, the fucking knobheads. Knobheads! Microsoft, a bunch of knobheads! Right, that's not difficult to bring Word back. All you need is an appropriate file from an older version of Windows. Well, tell me where to download it then, you little bitch. You're not going to give me a download link? What's the point in this fucking article then? Oh yeah, let's just download some random WordPad. Of some back alley Russian site and just run it, shall we? 448 people. Yeah, Microsoft, you're a bunch of knobheads. They already know they're a bunch of knobheads. They like being knobheads. Ah, this one's trustworthy. I know about this site. Yeah, this one's fine. I trust this. Implicitly. Probably shouldn't, but I do. No, I know about this one. I've seen a YouTuber cover this site before. You can get like all the old Windows games on here as well. Not that anybody fucking wants them. WordPad setup. Run WordPad. Fucking hell. Alright, there we go. 100%. That's 100%. I forgot how shit this is. Still. Needs must. Right, we've got odds and sods. Odds and sods. Where's my odds and sods? There's my odds and sods. Right. Now increase the font. Now show me what you've got. It's this one's fucking doing it. Is there like a limit on how many of these you can have or something? Are those, maybe they just didn't fill. Maybe that is the odds and sods. Like maybe they just got as far as the mouse and gave up. It's possible. But I don't know, because Photoshop was being a little bitch anyway, so I don't think that's why. Right, there's no bell in here. It's like everyone needs a hammer and nails. Everyone needs whatever the fuck this is supposed to be. Oh, everyone needs a fucking rat in their lives. But you know, no one needs a bell. No, totally not. Alright, fine, we'll find one then. We'll fucking find one. Fuck you. Fuck you, see if I give a shit. Sticky, stupid font where the sun don't shine. No, your font helped me out actually. You gave me the footprint. Alright, so we're going to go with Bell font. I dread to think. Don't give me fucking big massive dicks. Alright, I don't want that. No, not the name, but just a fucking bell symbol font. Bell symbol font. Yes. Yes. Wait, what? This is the PNG. I don't want a fucking PNG. PNG off. I said font, didn't I? Can you read? Can you read, Google? Can you even fucking read anymore? I don't think you can. There might be. Wait, what about? Because we got it comes with wingdings and shit, doesn't it? Is wingdings still a thing? Webdings. Fuck are those? Sucky. That's what they are. Sucky. Sucky, long time. There ain't no bell in there. I have a giant ear. But I don't want one of them. I've already got two. Haha! Alright, Webdings the second. The return of Webdings. Oh, this is the one that everybody was trying to fucking make conspiracy theories out of fucking 9/11 out of. Oh, I love these. Yeah, if you type in Webdings, it says it's a totally made up number. It shows a plane and two things that could look like towers. And so Bill Gates did it. Like, what? The fuck are you talking about, you fucking weirdo? What? Seriously, stop smoking crack already? You've had too much. Right, Webdings 3. No, we're not having any. We're not having any in there. Alright, we need to find another one. Wait, what was the other one as well? There was another one that we just had. There was odds and sods. There was one. There's began with a that one. Is there a bell in here? God damn it! All I want is a bell. Gotta remain calm, gotta remain calm. We're almost there, we're 2/3 of the way there. We've got 2 of 3 icons. We just need the bell now. And our life is complete. Not really, we've got like a million other things to do, but like, we're one step closer, right? Symbol for bell, font support. Arial Unicode has one. What? Not available. Not available. Bell. So in what? What does any of this mean? That's a bell. It doesn't look like a fucking bell. It's like something that fell off my dick. What is this shit? Who made this site? I mean, aliens on crack. The fuck? I just want a picture of a bell. The fuck is this? Oh my god, you useless asswipes. Fun awesome bell icons. What's this? That's not a font. You can't have colours in a font. That's a picture. Emoji. No, why is this site called Font Awesome when that's not a font? What is that? What are we even looking at? Icons. I don't want icons. I want fonts. I just want a font with a bell on it. It can't be that hard. Right, I'm looking for a font with a... I'm looking for a font with a bell symbol on it. Several fonts contain bell symbols, including Bell MT, Hell's Bells, and Icons font. Hell's Bells is right. Icons fonts like those available on Font Awesome and Flaticon. Bell MT is a serif type. Well, give me it then. Where is it? Bell MT. Give me it, you bell end. Where's Bell MT? Download Bell MT. Is that what I need to put now? Jeez, how many searches does this take? Download Bell MT. Because you don't have a search limit. I'd be fucked. Bell MT free download. Go on in. Go on in. Give it to me. Come on. Install it. Now. Do it. Bell MT, you fucking better be on here. I swear to God. This font's awful. It just looks like Times New Roman had a mutant baby and called it a font. That made sense in my head. Not really. I said it anyway. It's too late. Can't take it back. I said it already. Bell MT. Well, they're just normal letters, you fucking wanker. Oh, there's probably symbols in there somewhere, but how do you get to them? Is there like a character map? Right, is there like... Can I get like a character map? Downloads all characters map. Oh, what is this? I just want every character in my clipboard to see what is in the font. That's what I'm looking for. I am not going to get that, am I? I am not going to get that. So where's this fucking bell icon you told me was in Bell MT? Because they're just normal letters, you pleb. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Jokical. Of the highest magnitude. I don't even know where to go from here. I don't even know where to go. Download Bell symbol font. I know I've already done this search once. I've already done this. Bell icon, free notification icon fonts. It's not a font! A PNG is not a font, you idiot! If I wanted a PNG, I would have put PNG. God, why is that so hard to understand? Okay. Is SVG really a font? I don't recognize it. I'm not signing in. Just give me it. Just fucking give me it now. Oi! Give me it now. Give it! I don't want 11.1 million designs if I don't even know if this is a font. Go to hell. Go to hell website. I don't think SVG is a font. Is SVG a font? It's a fucking vector image, I'm sure it is. Yes, an SVG can be a font. Yeah, but is it supported by anything? Oh, it's open type. I don't think open. I thought open type was OT. Just give me it now. Give it. Are you gonna give me it or what? Fucking hell, you got my credit card number. And my latest penis test results. What more do you want? I didn't go for a penis test. They couldn't find one. Okay, what are we? Microsoft Edge? Edgy motherfucker, alright. What am I? No, it's a fucking image, isn't it? What is this? Save as? SVG document. What the fuck is an SVG document? No, I just want the font. I want the font. So it's not a font then. So I got scammed. Didn't I? I got scammed. Is basically the size of it. I knew it wasn't a font. That's not a font. It's a fucking web something. I don't know what the fuck it is. But it's not a font. That much is sure. WordPad. I'm going to put WordPad in my repository because I guess... those are the times we're living in. Those are the times we're living in where we need to put fucking WordPad in our software repositories. And for as good as my repository is, I might as well shove it up my ass. Oh wait, that's a depository. I knew that. Where is my reroll? I thought I was in it. I probably closed that. Is it this one? Oh fucking hell! All my drives got reloaded when I built my new computer, and I can't find anything. Software, WordPad, paste, good, close, close. Bell symbol font. It can't be that difficult to find a fucking bell wingding thing. Of all the things I did not expect to... I thought I would struggle more with the thumbs up. $218 symbol fonts. These are not symbol fonts. That one is. And none of the others are. Lying piece of shit. What a lying twat. Alright, is there some kind of categorization on this that actually works? No? Well, this website sucks then, doesn't it? Symbol font. Okay, these are symbol... Well, I don't know, actually. I actually don't know about that. But they might be symbol fonts. Do we... I don't know. What am I supposed to... How am I supposed to find a bell amongst all this shite? Oh, my God. I feel like the Hunchback right now. I'm tortured by the bells. Except in Hunchback was lucky. He had a bell. He had bells every day. Bells for miles. Bells up his ass. Me, I can't find a bell for the life of me. I've got the opposite problem of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I am bellless. I am wanting bell and cannot obtain said bell. I am bellless. Completely bellless. How has nobody got a bell? I literally cannot believe this. I bet, I'm surprised, why don't we have one wingdings or webdings or something? It's like a conspiracy. There's actually a conspiracy right now, you're not allowed. These are fucking cool as fuck photography icons, by the way. But not what I'm looking for. And I swear to God, this is how I know I'm being tortured, right? Because the amount of telephone icons I'm getting, which is kind of close to what I want, but it's not what I want, is actually kind of astounding. And like, when was the last time anybody used a telephone like that, really? How is that useful? Who even uses telephones these days? I mean, okay, maybe a little bit, but I bet if you look at their overall usage, it's like lower than ever. Like my mood right now. Oh, I just want a bell. I just want a bell. I just want a bell. These aren't symbols. These are weird ass blocky letters. Are the fonts called symbol? Why? Why? Maybe I need like, is it dings? Ding fonts. Ding font. Dingbats fonts. Okay, this might be... There you go. Look, we're even getting Hello Kitty now. I don't want Hello Kitty, but like this... I'm excited because this means I'm on the right track. Hey, if we wanted to like get sued, we could use like actual internet icons now. Okay, I feel like I've got to find... It's got to be in here somewhere. These are all like internet-y. Surely there's got to be a bell in here, right? You would think. How can I test it? No, I think it's show them all. You've got to have a bell. There's no... Stop putting all telephones in and no bells. I'll let you put a telephone in if you put the bell in as well. Okay, you can have your telephone if you put your bell in as well. But you haven't got a bell, but you've got a telephone the same as everybody else. What's wrong with you? You've also got a thumbs up as well. But I still don't forgive you for not having a bell. Because I need a bell right now. I've got my thumbs up. I've got my thumbs up. I don't have my bell. Where's my bell? There's 137 pages. There's got to be one in here. Even fucking Star Wars logos. Jesus Christ. Oh, this might work for my... No, it doesn't matter. I'll just get a graphic for that. Would there be a bell in here? Why is it so hard to find a bell? Of all the things, out of those three things that I needed symbols for, I thought the bell would be the easiest, and this is always what happens to me. The fuck is this? Kudomi. It's kind of cute. Social logos. Well, maybe social logos will have one, actually. Or maybe not. Why is it so hard to get a bell? Fucking mustache. I can have a fucking moustache and a fucking pipe and a bowler hat, but I can't have a fucking bell. A fucking reindeer head. Hitler. I can have Hitler, but I can't have a bell. Oh, great. 10 Hitlers and no bells. This is a joke. This is an actual joke. Bicycles up the wazoo, but no bells. Why is this always the way things are? A bell should be like the most common thing. It's not an uncommon thing at all. It's a bell. It's just simple. Fucking unicorns. Fucking ballerina waifus, but no bells. Are you having a laugh? This is unreal, this. This is actually a conspiracy. Fucking naked women but no bells. Oh, these are cool as fuck. Oh, these are really cool. Yeah, these are really good. No bells though. How are we not seeing any bells? I don't understand. A phone winding or whatever the fuck's that. It's got to have a bell on it, right? It's got to. It like literally means it's like the universal symbol for notification. Nope, no bell. Fucking cocks. I can have cocks, but I can't. Ah! But I can't have. That's a bit much for YouTube. That. I thought it was just. When it was just an outline, I think it was. Fucking coloured it in and everything. Jesus. Jesus, man. No wonder the kids are warped. You're looking for a, you know, poor little fucking 8-year-old Esmeralda's trying to make a nice little leaflet to invite all her little friends to a little make-believe tea party. And she's got to fucking look at a font full of cocks. The fuck? What kind of bell are you looking for? Any kind of bell. I'll take any bell at this rate. Right, so here's, let me, I don't know how long you've been here, but basically, right, I have 3 icons I need to get, right? Because for my armor leveling, I'm going to use dial up. Wait, hang on, I'm not doing that one, I'm doing this one. Right, so for skill leveling, it's going to be likes, follows, and subscribes. So likes is a thumbs up. I got my thumbs up. Follows, footprints, got my footprints. And I'm using a bell for subscribes to level my things up. So I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be dead easy to find a font with a bell symbol on it. Been here for fucking hours. Can't find one. Like, what the fuck? I thought that would be the easy one. I can have sushi. No bells. Sea creatures. No bells. What about Unicode? How do I do that though? How do I enter that? Online on-screen keyboard. I don't think you can do it in here, can you? Is there a keyboard shortcut for that, or maybe if I search for it? Unicode. Right, but what font is that? How do I copy it? Is that text? It has to be text. Okay, that's text. This might work, this might work, this might work. There was a way to bring up symbols, menu, Windows, me forgot. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm the same. I don't know how the hell you meant to enter those things in. I managed to copy it off the internet, so thank you. I think this might... Yes! That's so weird. Oh, it doesn't work. Let me try a different font. Different font, different font, different font. 3D text. Put it back to like Arial or something like main. Where's Arial? Arial. Doesn't work. That's weird because the Wingdings ones does. I wonder why that doesn't work. Because I can see it there. I guess it's probably because it doesn't support Unicode. That would be my guess. Have we got a Unicode font specifically? Arial Unicode. Yeah, even Arial Unicode doesn't. So I'm guessing this old ass program doesn't support Unicode. Thank you though. That actually, you got closer than I did. You got closer than I did. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna keep looking through these. There's like hundreds of pages of them. It's just gonna take me forever. Right, is there one on here? This is all Wi-Fi logos. Surely there's got to be a bell in here, right? Bell. I mean, having said that, my representation is to represent a subscribe. Could I use one of these as a subscribe? One of these, maybe? Well, these are more like Wi-Fi logos, though. That's what this entire thing is. I might get this one because I might call this Plan B and like use that one or something. I might keep that tab open as a Plan B. Okay, what are these? eFon. I'm just genuinely surprised by how hard it is to find a bell. Paris. I don't think it'll be in Paris. Flower icons, Rockstar, beauty marks, garden icons, flowers, flowers, summer icons. It's kind of funny. Freaking corporate logos up the wazoo. Dogs, bears, baby icons. There wouldn't be a bell and a baby icon, would there? Naked chicks. That is so weird. Music? Not really. I don't think you'd have a bell in music. More naked women. Fucking Harry Potter characters. You can get Harry Potter characters, but not a bell. This is actually insane. How is this happening? I genuinely thought this would be the easy one. I don't know why it's so hard. Font logos technology. Don't really think that's gonna help. Music. How is there not a bell? This is actually insane. I thought that was a bell, but it's like, I think it's an official social media icon, which I've got to be careful about because it'll be probably copyrighted. These ones are a little thin, but if they have one. I'm genuinely stumped by how hard it is to find a bell. Arrows. Fast food. Chess. I almost feel like it's one of those situations where no one's made a bell in a web ding because they just assumed that there's a bell elsewhere, but there actually isn't. I've been through them all. I thought there was as well, but there actually isn't. Because I'll admit, if I was going to make a web ding font, which is a lot of work, and someone suggested, oh, make sure you make a bell icon, because I just wanted like generally useful symbols, I'd probably just think, nah, there'll be one of those already. Like, my font's trying to cover ones that don't exist. And I wonder if that's a part of it, is like people are just assuming that the bell already is already in the standard fonts, but it's not. The other annoying thing about it is I'm seeing this on all of them, like an old school telephone. And it's like, yeah, no one uses those anymore. I would much rather just have a bell. And the audio thing, like, they're kind of close, but it's not. I need just a bell. It doesn't make sense otherwise. Oh my god. Artificial intelligence. I kind of want to have a look at these actually. They're actually quite cool. What format do you use, like object or so? It's just a font. I think TrueType or Open should work, but I guess it doesn't support Unicode. So I guess it has to be like a standard letter or something. I don't know, because all I know is I didn't have any problems with my other two. They went in straight away. Music and the party. I don't think that would have it. Mobile icons. I feel like this should be one in a mobile icon, but so far I haven't seen one. Because like the bell is the universal notification icon, right? That's why I would expect it to be in television. Yeah, and I'm not seeing one in telephones either. So weird. It's got to be a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy at this point. I'm convinced. 100%. There's no other explanation. Anime Attack on Titan. A Nobel. I should get a Nobel Prize for this. Nah, for the model. Well, basically, I use an ancient piece of software called Sketchfab. So, probably won't mean much to you, but I can save it in Sketchfab and then load it from Sketchfab into 3D Exchange, and then I'll just get it out to an FBX or whatever I need at that point. I mean, that part it's fine. I've done it a million times, but the problem is I need the symbol to make the 3D object with. So that I can then make my icon for my material. Because I want them to have like a consistent look. God damn it, I cannot believe how difficult it is to find a fucking bell. I'm sure I'll get one eventually. Surely. Imagine I'm on page 13 right now. I still haven't found one. I'm actually stumped by this. It's actually kind of crazy. I can't believe how hard this is. It doesn't make any sense. Casino. Oh, it's not really going to be it. It seems like such a common thing that you would come across until you actually try and find one. I love 80s. Probably won't be one in here. Some cool joysticks and stuff though. I said you were belling FBX on Discord made from the Unicode code one. Yeah?
That was a stairlift money. Put me down for the reconditioned straight one. But he's waiting for me to give him a go ahead. It's no good getting it done if Bill can't manage the one, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't want to get anything done until you know.
So I know
What's happening.
When it's in and she's
it's a lot of money.
You know. I'm waiting for the doctor to ring me, but he hasn't rung yet. He doesn't ring me, just I'm going to ring them.
Yeah. This one, FB Bell model. Let's see, what can we load it in? What have we got installed right now? Bell model. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aha! Oh, perfect. That's like a oh wait, hang on, is that Taco Bell's logo? I've got to be a little bit careful here. I don't think it is. I don't know. We don't have Taco Bell here in the UK. No, it's not. It's very similar, but it's not, because it doesn't have this bit, and yeah, that's like off more to the side. That's fine then. Cool. I just want to get sued. I won't get sued anyway, because like probably no one's. There's going to be a few judges who probably play my game at the end of the day, and that's probably going to be about it. That is perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You just saved me God knows how long. I'm still kind of curious, like, do none of these have them? I'm just kind of like stumped that I'm not seeing any. 130 something pages. I've got as far as like page 20, I think. Tons of these if you want naked girl silhouettes. We've got you covered. If you want reindeers or sushi, Harry Potter characters, I feel like I've seen everything except the goddamn bell. It's always the case though, isn't it? When you're looking for something specific. Just can't find it. Oh well, I've got one now. I should be fine. Right, so so what I was thinking, let's go on to Sketchfab. I didn't even notice that I don't have a Taco Bell here either. Yeah, it looks very similar, but it's not. It's different enough to be okay, I think. But yeah, you got to be a little bit careful with the, because I know they do a lot of those corporate logos in those Wingdings fonts as well. Which I think are all copyrighted, so you got to be careful with stuff like that. But I'd probably be alright for this project anyway, because like I said, it's not like I'm fucking Hoyo or anything. Yeah, Sketchfab. Yeah, so thank you for that. That's really helped me out. Oh, Discord's always freaking going into its own little thing. Right, I'm looking for some kind of plaque or something to put it on now. Oh, I'm thinking like a stone tablet, but like I don't need to be anywhere near this detailed. So first of all, I want like stylized. Try tablet. I'm just looking for something that has like a bit of an unusual shape, because I can't model for shit. So I'm kind of gonna have to stitch a couple of things together. Because I could just put it on a cube, but cubes are so boring. I guess I just want like a rounded cube. It's not like a rounded cube or something. Oh yeah, these are quite cool actually. Why don't we have tools to make things like these? Rounded cube. That could work if I squished it down, I think. Probably. Ooh, I'm also kind of liking the idea. I think I'm going to get this one. I like the idea of making this transparent, squishing it down, and then putting the symbol inside it so it looks like some kind of solid thing with a logo in the middle. I wonder if I can pull that off. I probably can. Yeah, that's kind of already semi-transparent. I could probably make it more transparent and then put the logo in the middle. That would look pretty cool, I think. Right, let's see if I can pull that off. We don't have an FBX, but we've got GLTF, so I could get it into Unity. That would probably be my best option, I think. Rounded cube. Okay, so if I go to Unity and import that, we can get it out as an FBX from in here. Round cube. Sounds like a fucking contradiction. Alright. So in import, we should have our rounded cube. There he is. Beautiful. I could actually just construct it in here, I guess. I just need like an image off of it. So yeah, I could just do it here probably. Right, so if I use that as my container, I could do different colors for each one. So now I need to get each one of these things exported as an FBX, I guess. So this one's already an FBX, isn't it? Sorry, I'll do it from here anyway, and then they should all be... Right, I went into models koala, so if we go to models, and we'll do logo bell. Okay. Yep. Okay. Project resources. iDLE 3D. Oh, I want to put right feet. That's feet. Export FBX models logo feet. And also I want to yeah. Okay. And that 3D models folder, I want to put that one you sent me in there, so I've got it. Bell model.fbx. And I've got project. Also my rounded cube I should put in there as well. I'm gonna have to open it manually, I think. Alright. So I want bell, copy, paste, rounded cube.zip, copy, paste. There we go, and then I've got everything together then. Okay, and we should have thumb. Okay, export logo thumb. Alright, back to Unity. Models. Okay, logo bell. It's not actually inside the cube. Get over here, you little shit. Alright, get in there. Ugh. I hate 3D. It's hard to see where anything freaking is. Right, it looks like that's kind of in the middle. Okay. So if we take that and squish it down. Nice. Where's the bell? Center it slightly. Right, and I can change probably this material and make it a bit more see-through. Yeah. Okay, nice. And I can get like a nice angle on that. Except Unity for some reason wants to... Why is everything black? That might be better actually. I think that's the canvas that's like getting anywhere. I think the bell should be yellow. So if I change this material, right at the moment it's using this albedo material. So if I go into the albedo material and I take all the color out of it, then I can apply the color directly into Unity instead. And then we can make it whatever color we want then. So I'm going to save that as cube gray color. And then we'll change this material. If I can find it. It's got to be on there, right? Yeah, cube gray color. Oh, it's still got, all right, no, I think I know what I was doing, right, I know why. That's cube, okay, that's cube. One of them must be a reflection map. So we'll call this cube gray. And then we'll change that to cube gray. And then we change cube gray to the gray material. It's such a fucking ass backwards way of doing things. Wait, where is my texture for the gray version? Did that not save what I thought it did? Where did you save it, Photoshop? You did save it in import textures. Okay, then why is it not showing up? Oh, it just took 6 months. Alright, sometimes that happens. Alright, now we should be able to change that color directly, right? That doesn't seem to... Okay, if I make it more metallic, then I lose the 3D effect. Yeah, also, what about the... Wait, that's weird. Where's the little container he was in? We lost it when it went black, I think. Wait, what? Yeah, we did. Yeah, if I want to change the color of the bell itself, that's a different material, right? So let's have a look at the color of the bell itself. At the moment that says it's the root node material. So let's create a new material for the bell. Logo material. Okay. Okay, now I can change the bell to be whatever color I want. Yes. Can we make it glow? Doesn't really glow properly in the editor though. But we can make it brighter at least. Does that help this one? Oh, there we go. God, Unity editor really does not want to be kind to me right now. Okay, I think that'll look good. I just need to make the bell, because it's not easy to identify. Because it's too thick, I think, that way. There we go. Now it looks better. There we go. Yeah, I think something like that looks pretty good. It's still kind of devoid of color. It's a bit pale. Is there anything I can do about that? Yeah, okay, that looks better. And what about the logo color? Right, now we're getting a bit closer to what I want. Yeah, if I go to like a much at an angle, it kind of starts to look a bit. It's hard to see that it's a bell. So like the more head on I look at it, the more it looks like a bell. But then I'm trying to give it some kind of 3D depth, so it looks like maybe if I look down on it. It also might just be because I've been looking at it for so long that it's starting to look, you know, like when you say the same word over and over again, it loses all meaning. Yeah, maybe something like that going on right now. Yeah, no, I think that could be fine. I think. Right, so that should be fine. I get a snip clip of that. Stick it in Photoshop. Yeah, it looks pretty good actually, to be honest. I just get rid of that background. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I quite like that. And I think to be consistent, what I want to do now is try and keep the camera where it is and swap these things out. So I want logo, we'll turn off. We'll bring the thumb logo in. I don't know whether these scales are all going to match or not. Guess we'll find out, won't we? I can scale them if not. Right, put the feet there. Copy. Yeah, also I'm not sure what whether the orientation is going to match because I didn't make all three. Yeah, there's good. Don't know what's. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Are they just small? What's going on with my feet? I lost my feet! Doctor, doctor, my feet have walked away. Okay, I can see them now. Just gonna have to be very careful how I handle my feet. Otherwise I'll be in footin' trouble. I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry about that. I just can't really get a feel for where things are. Ah, I think that might be in it now. This is sorry. I didn't move the camera because I want them to be consistent, you see, so I want them to kind of like all look the same but have like color variations or whatever. And obviously the different logos in. Yep, looking good. And then we just make them thinner. All right. And then I can go and set, I don't know whether it's front side or back side, so I'll just do both. Logo material. Okay, beautiful. Now I can just make the colors slightly different. I might even just take a snapshot of that and then just use like hue shift and see what kind of results I get if I just do a hue shift. Oh, that looks so good. That really does look really good. Okay, and if I just hue shift, would it? Can we get something good? So let's see. What, I don't know. What color do we want follows to be? Oh, that's quite nice. The purple and green. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes, Nikki. Nikki, you look fabulous, darling. Nikki, Nikki. I don't believe what they're saying about you, Nikki, darling. All the drama. I think you look absolutely fabulous. Keep milking those cows, that's what I say, Nikki. There's little piggies. Alright, yes. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling it! That makes it sound like I want to feel someone's feet. I don't. Not that guy. I'm really not. I'm not! Alright. Let's get... I don't know, I suppose it depends whose feet it is. Some hot chick shoved her feet in my face. I gotta be honest, I don't think I'd be complaining. As long as we're clean. As long as it went full of poo or something. I'm not actually into feet specifically. Why am I still talking about this? But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I mean, it's still, you know, hot chick. There's a little bit of... It's a little bit nice. Alright, we are gonna do... It's not something I would specifically... prioritize. Oh, there we go. Wait, why is my... Oh, no! Why is my transform like that? It's okay, I can do it in here. Good job. Okay, now the problem is I feel like that Facebook, Zuckerberg, has ruined it for everybody. Because if I do that blue and white, I'm literally going to get zucked. I'm going to get zucked to hell and back. So one thing's for sure. We won't be using blue and white. So I'm, in the same vein, I'm just going to try... Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's local, isn't it? That's the problem. Oh, there we go. I don't know why the transform... Oh, you know why? I should have centered it. There's a button in here. Align to center. That's what I should have done. And then that would have made sure my transformer's in the right place. I could still do that now. It's not too late, I guess. But you know what? I think that'll be fine. Let's just see what we get. Do I want the thumb right ways or do I want the thumb left ways? I don't know. That looks good to me, honestly. I don't think anyone can sue me over a fucking thumb. I'm suing you, sir. You used Facebook. Registered trademarks in your game about waifus. How dare you? Shut the zuck up. Zuck my dick. No, he probably would. I don't want that. On second thoughts, don't do that. Please don't do that. Do not do that. Right. Can I shoot hue shift? Ooh, it's weird. It's a bit too weird, I think. We already got the purple and the green. We already got the blue and the yellow. I don't know that I can find a good combo here. That one's like the pinky green's okay. I'm not massively in love with it though. I mean, at this point, I could probably just... Yeah, I thought I could. I could just grab that separately in Photoshop. And just fuck with it. Yeah, the purple looks better. And then they look distinct enough from each other, I think. I think we're winning. I think we're winning there, chap. Alright, so I'm going to crop the bell. Maybe also what I should have done... Shit, I've turned into Popeye. Fuck. I knew it would happen one day. I've been looking more and more like him every day. Where's my fucking olive? Why don't I have a fucking olive if I'm turning to Popeye? Fuck that. And then she was ugly. She wasn't cool. She really wasn't, actually. You know, she reminds me of... Let's not get sidetracked. The woman out of The Shining. That's kind of who she looks like. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Right, okay, what we're doing... Do we want the big... What I'll do, because it's always best to, like, in case I need a bigger version of this. Project resources. iDLE girls. UI. Matt Bell. Matt Bell, it sounds like somebody who works for the fucking... with Ben Shapiro on the Daily Wire. Matt Bell's going to give his take on why women are no longer washing their clothes in the river. What do you think, Matt? Rich. It's all these woke motherfuckers, isn't it? All these wokey motherfuckers. It's all that feminism. Brainwashing our young women into thinking that they need washing machines when they just go down a lake. You know, you just beat them on a rock. Save some bloody money. Okay, I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore. I really don't. I was going off on a bit of a tangent there, I think. Matt Feets. I guess this would be Matt Thumb. I will admit though, it seems to have lost all of its allure. Like, I don't know, it doesn't look... Like that original one, was it the hue shift? Like this original one does look like some kind of like, you know, like the YouTube play button or whatever. And I think that's kind of what's fun about it, right? Is like that's kind of what I was going for. It looks like some kind of YouTube play button. With some weird ass logos shoved in the middle. And yeah, I think our final version, by the time we did the hue shift, like it just doesn't look as plasticky. Like, where's all the plasticky effect gone? Something about like shifting the hue on it made it look... almost too solid. Solid as a rock. I think it's fine. Sometimes it's because, like, if I had a layer underneath this, I don't know how like alpha transparent the whole thing is, and until you add a layer underneath, it's difficult to tell. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's very transparent at all, because it doesn't go darker when I add the layer underneath. Should it? I suppose when you take a screen grab like that, yeah, you kind of lose. Because instead what happens is the grey background that this thing is offset against is shining through the thing, right? So you only get colour information, you don't get alpha information from here. So the only real way to make that look a bit transparent would be to grab grab this whole section, make a copy of it, but then you'd need to do well, I thought we... I'm so confused. I thought we just inverted that. Did we not invert it? Okay, now we've got like the logo and the outer case like separated. So now we can start to make that That, I think that looks a lot better actually. Yeah, we can make it look like semi-transparent. There you go. Now you can kind of see through it. Now I don't need that transparent, but like yeah, I think like 90 or something might be good. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better actually. It's also way too big for like the inventory system that I want. 300 height. Still makes it that big. It's probably a little too big as well. Let's try 250. 240. 250 puts it at 186. Try 250. Even that's a bit big, but yeah, that's probably closer to what we want. Alright, and I can put that in Unity. Are we in the right folder? Nope. Are we fook? I'll do S underscore like, so Matt for skill underscore like. This will eventually want to go into materials. So I just need to do the same on the others then. It's a little bit trickier on this one, just because of the toes. So we do new layer via copy. And it's going to make me select it again, which I already have. I wish Photoshop would let you stay selected. When the card go more selector. And then we delete that one. And then we make this one at 90. And then we make it 250, I think it was. Yeah. Follow. Flew. This one should be nice and easy. Layer via copy. Select it again. Remove that one. And 90 it. And then 250 it. In the height. Alright, beautiful. Did I save that last one in the right place? Because I thought I probably just put it here, didn't I? Oh, it has remembered where it is. Fucking hell, you feeling alright, Photoshop? Jesus, you actually helped me out for once. Subscribe. Without the I. The first I, because I accidentally hit it. That is looking very Taco Bell like though. I don't know. I'm worried about it. It just looks so fucking Taco Bell like. I see that and I just think, oh, it's Taco Bell. Maybe I should write not Taco Bell in big letters. Like, I have to actually specifically go to Taco Bell logo before I believe that that's not the Taco Bell logo. It's so close. But to be fair, the bottom's much wider. It's got like a line there. It doesn't have this bit here. But fuck me, it's very similar. I don't know, I just see it. Every time I see it, I just think of that Taco Bell logo. It's fine. It's fine. That was a funny image that AI made. So now we can go into our materials and we can set our icon. So we've got our likes, our follows, our subscribes. Beautiful. But then I still need to do my armor dial up, my armor ADSL and my armor fiber. I think this method was working pretty good though. I should just get it out the way now maybe. Because I was already like knee deep in fonts and shit anyway. Or not. I did see some internet ones there as well. Like dial-up obviously could be the logo of the telephone that I've seen a million times at this point. These are all internet ones. Watch me find a bell now. I swear to God I'll kill somebody. I'm ready to kill you. Yeah, I mean, I can easily get a telephone icon. I might even have one already. In some of these ones that we got. Yeah, there we go. That would be fine, I think, for dial-up. As a lightning bolt, which maybe could be the fiber one. I don't know what I would use for ADSL. Maybe it's like the Wi-Fi icon or something. I mean, there's a Wi-Fi icon there. So I could go from yeah, that would work actually. Telephone for the low one, Wi-Fi for the medium one, and a lightning bolt for the last one, and they're all in this font. I think it'll be fine. I also just think I'm getting to the point where it's like, you know, there's so much I still need to do. I can't spend forever on this. What is the font that we're using? Hobo, whatever the fuck it's called, that one. There it is. So there's our telephone. There's our Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. Yeah, and I think the lightning bolt probably makes the most sense for the final one. Set bolt. Don't have to shout. Bolt. 2013. Alright, we'll start with the bolt. Center it. Itch a bit. It'll be fine. It's whatever. Yeah, it's a bit shit, but it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna models bolt it for now, because I can get rid of these ones now that the icons are made. Like, I'll get rid of all these. He's not staying in the game. These are literally just to make the icons. So bold telephone's another one that we need. Align to center. Beautiful. Export. Go. Okay. And last but not least, the Wi-Fi is the one I haven't done, isn't it? I think. And Wi-Fi. Export, go. Alright, so if we go back to Unity, if I can ever get back to Unity, I think I'm done with these, but let me just close some things. Fucking Firefox, I bet my Firefox is using like 6 billion. Oh, it's not too bad, 1.5 gig of memory. I have a lot of tabs open usually. Alright, so I can get rid of, I mean these, yeah, I might be able to use the location of these old ones as I bring the new ones in. I don't know though, because I've done it slightly differently. It'll probably give me a good starting point though. Where the fuck am I? Models. There we go. Models, bolt. So I'm thinking if I grab the world transform of thumb and give it to bolt, it's probably going to be, yeah. I thought that would happen. But that's because it wasn't scented before, but now it is. I can move the camera this time as well because I want a different angle for these ones so that they don't look exactly the same. And I might even give them a different shape. Because if there's one thing I hate in these games, it's when like everything's very confusing and blends into the same thing. So like you get mixed up between, you know, all the different fucking stupid discombobulator mats and whatever, and it becomes difficult to keep track of what the fuck is actually what and what it does. So I think any amount of variation you can offer. So my variation is going to be, we're going to do it from a different angle, we're going to make it fatter than taller, just make it a different shape. Yeah, and I gotta wonder about the material for this as well, because like, yeah, the transparency didn't really help. That makes it look a lot more 3D just by doing that actually, and it gets rid of that transparency thing. We can add the transparency in Photoshop again if we want to, and I might even keep the logo white on these ones. I could be crazy and make them black. Hang on, that's the wrong thing. Ooh. Maybe I'll put that one about there. Yeah, I am considering logo material black. Oh, we didn't set the logo material, that's why. It's still orange because of emission. Ew. Yeah, we could go super white though. But it's giving me, like I said, it's giving me Facebook vibes. That's the thing. I think it's because this one is blue. That's the only reason why. This is why I thought black might make it a bit more. Alright, let's go with that. Alright, so there's our lightning. Now we should be able to line the position up. So if we go to model, Wi-Fi. Yeah.
What if I open that because I can't get it open.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't grip it enough to.
Yeah, it's a
twist it.
childproof
It's
thing,
open,
isn't
aren't
it? Yeah.
Right, so what's that? I'm going over the road and getting what bits I need.
Yeah.
I'll come back here and bring them back because I don't want to leave them in the back.
You won't
of the
forget
car.
my painkillers, will you?
Huh?
You won't forget my painkillers,
I'll go
will
on with
you?
it.
Yeah, alright, cool.
I'll bring them back in and if it's 2 o'clock time I'll go up there. I can't get through to them, there's no answer on the phone, so
Yeah.
when I go up there I'll demand to speak to a doctor about them.
Oh, you want to, yeah? Where did I put that material? There it is, there it is, there it is. I fancy red for this one. Oh, I think the red looks good actually. I think it's... I'm not sure if this one makes sense because it's like an inverted logo. It's fine. But it kind of is working the opposite way to the other one. To the other ones. So really I kind of wish that these parts were the white and the other part was, you know what I mean? So we only actually had this bit. I could probably find one. Yeah, it's probably fine. I think it's fine. And our final one is telephone. Is no way. Is that? I think it is. Let me check. Yeah, we did lightning. We did. Can I close some of these? I'm kind of done with that now. I'm done with that now. Done with that now. I do kind of like that, but I don't know if I'll do anything with it because I got something even better. So I think I'll just get rid of that. Yeah, this is when I was trying to make an image for that. There's so many things on them. So we want to give this position to this. I think I prefer if the telephone was that way. Okay. Materials. What background color do we want it? Yellow's good. Maybe the black would look good against the yellow, actually. Maybe not. Do any of these look good? I think grey looks kind of good because it's also supposed to be like the slowest, like, you know, shitty ass broadband, shitty ass dial up. I think that looks pretty good. Let's go with that one. These are so bizarre. These are so bizarre. They almost look like sweets that you eat in a way, but also not. It's very odd. But that's kind of what I was going for. Alright, so we can start by getting rid of the backgrounds on them. I actually think these look good as they are. I don't even think they want to be transparent. These ones, yeah, we could do, I guess. Alright, so I guess the next job is to crop them. The next job is to separate Levi copy then make this semi-transparent. Oh, I accidentally... Wait, what? I accidentally made that one 95%, but I did the whole thing at once. I didn't mean to do that one at all. It's kind of weird. Alright, now we can do it. Yeah, I actually really like these. I think these look really good. Very, very strange. That's kind of what they're meant to be. Right, so I will go 240 high. Seems these ones are wider anyway. It's still way bigger than we would ever need it to be. Okay, so we've got Matt. Matt, S is skills, A is armor. So Matt A for armor. This one is the, what did you say, bald? Well, I actually called them by the materials, right? So I got like, follow, subscribe. This one would be fiber. I guess that one's A fiber. This one is ADSL. And this one is a dial-up. Yeah. I think they're looking pretty good, actually. That's the wrong folder. I just want to have a look at them. Just want to see them all together. All together now. Assets, UE, inventory icons, materials. I think they look good. Yeah, I think they look good. It totally matches the theme that I want to go for. Like, they look like some kind of weird ass physical item that is like absolutely screaming like internet memes and culture and stuff, which is the whole point. Yeah, and they kind of have like a bit of a Google Play button vibe to them, which is kind of what I was going for. YouTube Play button. Okay, it actually looks nothing like I thought it did. For some reason, I thought it was like a transparent. I think it depends on how many views you get. There's different versions of them, it looks like. Do you get a play button for 1,000 subscribers? I doubt it. Because 1,000's not really that many, is it? Yeah, now that I look at it, the play button is nothing at all like I thought it was in my head. But it was that kind of idea that I was going for. But I'm still really happy with how that turned out. Yeah, they look like tacky, cheap plastic, I don't know, things with internet logos on them, which I think is great for the theme of the game. Right, I think I need a break, so I'm probably going to leave it there for now. But yeah, I think next is to sort of start the wiring inventory system up. But yeah, actually, like, cause that I wouldn't. I was as I was doing that, I was thinking, oh my god, is this really worth the effort? Just to make like some icon, but they do look really good. I think they do look really, really good. I was worried at first when I was doing these ones that they didn't look as physical as they did in the inspector. But no, I think they actually do. They look good. These ones look a lot better, but even these ones are fine. Yeah, I'm really happy with how they turned out. And I even like the fact that the skill ones are tall, but the armor ones are wide. Because I don't know why, but that makes sense to me. I think it's because like people are tall, and armor feels wider somehow. Do you know what I mean? It's like adding width to you. I know it's silly, right? But like things like that, I think really make a difference. Because your brain makes all these weird connections that you don't even realize. And so if you apply like that kind of weird logic to things, I think it like helps players connect things quicker because it makes some kind of intuitive sense to them. I think that's what can make a game feel more intuitive. All kinds of weird things that you wouldn't think about like that, but I think they do add up. One of my regrets here though is, and I could change it, we basically have like a small and a medium and a large of each of these, and the colors don't line up. So these ones look like they would belong to the same color, like the same size category because of their coloring, but they actually don't. So the follower is actually the lowest value item here, and the fiber is actually the highest value item there. That's the only thing that's kind of making me a little bit regretful, is I'm like, should I have color coded these better? Because that's another thing that can help players feel like something's intuitive, is they'll start to make connections in their brain, like, you know, blue is low, purple is medium, gold is high, or whatever the fuck, right? And I think it just helps them get an intuitive feel for the game. But it's not the end of the world. I'm just not sure whether I should change it or not. I'm gonna take a break anyway, so I'm gonna leave it there for now. I'll probably be back on later. Bye.